We are very happy to be here today. I'm here today with Nicola and Nikora, my lead architect for our product, and we are today here to present our product. So let's get started. We're gonna have a question and answer at the end of the presentation. If there is any question, we are happy to answer it. So let's start with what actually our product is. I would just start it right from the definition of our product. So basically, OpenKCM is a secure, scalable, and open source key management solution. So OpenKCM key chain management designed to govern the cryptographic keys in modern cloud-native environment. You already see some keywords here. So let's dig into it and let's actually see what products brings to the table, especially for the NeoNephos Foundation. So I think there's not so many things to say. I think we all know that the data security with the Data Act and GDPR is a requirement from for our project, and our goal is to be transparent and to be open source and for having a data protection in the cloud native environments. The requirement of our project, IPSIS's project, is organizations and not providers must control the cryptographic material. That would mean that we are really having interest to give the control back to people who own the data and not the cloud providers. So this is basically a mandate. And we must actively reduce our dependency on non-EU service providers for critical security functions. So the mission and the tech would be, our mission is aligned with the IPSIS strategies and support this project. We are building OpenKCM on the technology stack that can guarantee the scalability without any compromises and give back the control to the customer. I would talk more about bring your own key and hold your own key, which guarantees that the customer owns their own key for their data encryption, and we are not really owning anything, and we are enabling the customer to own their own data. So let's introduce what actually we are bringing to the table for NeoNephos Foundation and what are the primary values that we are looking after. So first one is data protection. We know that the data sovereignty is super important. We see this again and again in many places. I was the other day in the Frankfurt airport and I just saw a banner with data sovereignty. So it's super important for the cloud environments. And we guarantee this with bring your own key and hold your own key. We ensure that control of cryptographic material rests with the organizations, not the service provider. And this technical control allows our members to meet the more, like rigorous legality standards required for European data protection. The goal of the OpenKCM is to provide a transparent and open source alternative for data protection that organizations can basically trust. Okay, I would, now that we know that what we are looking for, let's actually see that how we are providing this for our users. So OpenKCM management is basically two services. In order to meet the requirement which we already defined, we have a CMK layer and a crypto layer. When we are talking about the CMK, it means customer managed key. We are basically talking about two forces. One layer, which is the CMK, it's a governance layer, which is basically brain to say, and the other layer is basically the muscle layer. So the customer is telling us, enabling us, bringing their key, having the control, and we are enforcing the crypto keys, and we are wrapping again these keys in order for customers to have another key, another data key in order to encrypt their data. But let's have a deeper look, closer look to both of them. So what we do with the CMK layer is basically returning control to the data owner. The OpenKCM CMK service is the authoritative governance engine and the brain of the ecosystem. It provides the interface for the portal to say for the customer to basically administrate their own data, their own keys. So basically they can bring their own key with the BYOK feature that we provide. And this means that we can also connect to the other KMS that they have. If the customer, if they say that, okay, I have a KMS in another hyperscaler, that wouldn't be a problem. So each time that we want their master key, we would actually be authorized as a service against their own, gates. So we have like zero control here. So basically, customer is bringing their own key or they're holding their own key, and the cloud providers never possesses the root secret. So, and in any time that customer is, because in the portal and the interface that we are providing, in any time customer can enable or disable their master key. And by doing this, customer can basically say, okay, in the tenant A, I don't want my services to use my master key 1, or in tenant B, I want my customers to use this specific master key. So the interface makes it very, very easy for the customer to basically manage their keys without, and in one place, so it's unified. So they basically can also connect other KMSs to one place and control everything unified in the CMK interface. So we now have the customer control, but we have to do something with the L1 keys, right? The customer gives us the key. The rest of the thing is our responsibility. So basically for the rest of the service, which would be for us actually to make sure that this key would be used, we have the crypto layer. The crypto core is the basically, it's regional and the cryptographic backbone of the OpenKCM ecosystem. So while the central CMK service manages global governance and tenant metadata, the OpenKCM crypto core is responsible for the localized execution of those policies and the life cycle of the original key hierarchy. So basically, it's primary. So as you see, there's a hierarchy of the key. This is the CMK layer. So we have the L1 keys from the customer and our CMK. But what we do to make sure that the data we are providing the most secure key for the customer, we still have to go through this hierarchy of the keys. That means that we have an operation which is wrapping key. Basically, the L4 creates the L4 key is encrypted with the L2 key, and we wrap the keys until we are coming encrypted with, the upper level case. So this is like secure, and it has been also encrypted with the L1 key which customer has provided. So these two in one place, like crypto and CMK in one place, they are making sure that first of all we don't have the control, and second of all what we do, which is enforcing this control, is 100% secure. So customer can make sure that they have the key, they have the control of the key, but we are doing it with the highest security level. Yeah, so this is what we provide basically, CMK and crypto layer. So I'm wrapping it up with some of the features that we have here. So it is basically our product is basically DevOps ready lifecycle management. It's powered by Kubernetes and designed for, so it's basically DevOps ready. So it's the scalability is also very high. It's hybrid and edge pluggable SaaS model. So basically the constant privacy standard from data center to edge. So we have really worked out for this pluggable feature, and we're really, yeah, this is one of the features that is a highlight for our product. And I already talked about the scalability of the product, and it is initiated by SLPSE. Of course, there's some other features like zero trust, multi-tenancy, multi-cloud freedom, audit-ready transparency. We have full correlation to customer KMS logs. And we are, as I said, we are also we are providing one unified place for the customer to also connect their AWS or even like private HSMs to our solution. So they can have all their keys managed in one place, and they know that these keys would be used later for our crypto layer in order to create and generate cryptographical keys. Let's have a look at what we have done and what we are going to do this year. So basically, as I said, we have also from design perspective, we have like two layers. We have the CMK, which is for the L1 keys. We have developed most of the components on the CMK. So I think it's 80% completed, and I would later tell you how you can access it. The code is on the OpenKCM Git repository. It's public and it's 80% completed. This year we would focus on the remaining components that should be developed for our CMK. And of course, last year we were very busy with coming with a design for our crypto layer. This is one of the designs of our architect. And we were very busy with coming to a design which would 100% guarantee the security of the keys, security of the data with wrapping. So we worked on all the designs of the crypto. And but here I showed it 0% because the code is not there yet. So this year we are ready. So backlog is ready in order to start the development of the crypto layer. So that is the progress, this is the status of the project. If you want to have more information, anything about the design of the project, most of the visuals that I have on my slides, it comes from our repository. So you can check them out. It's very well documented. You can check out the designs, the architecture, and everything. And we have also the documentation for everything. And we would be very happy if you want to also have some contribution to our project.